Good afternoon, I'm Kim Baez. The governor says it's time we do a better job of checking the backgrounds of foster parents in New Mexico. It's not that workers at the Children, Youth and Families Department didn't want to do it. They couldn't, at least not as fast as they wanted to. Today, the governor pushed a piece of legislation that will let them.
We all know the sickening truth, however, that sometimes kids simply are not safe in their own homes.
More than 300 kids are put into foster care in New Mexico every month because of this. To avoid traumatizing the kids more, social workers try to place them with family. But they can't do an instant background check on them. The checks they can do take up to 3 weeks.
They've already had to make one tough decision in the fact that they have to remove children from their caretakers. And then there's that additional burden of, am I taking them from one unsafe situation and placing them in another?
We were able to run checks, but we couldn't share that information with the social worker because we're prohibited by law from doing so.
State Police Chief Robert Schilling says his department is the state's gatekeeper of the FBI's National Electronic Crime Database, known as NCIC. It could tell social workers a lot in just minutes. A bill being introduced in the upcoming legislative session would allow CYFD access to it. Today, the governor pushed lawmakers to make it happen. She cited a 2005 case where 5 kids allegedly abused by their parents were placed with their grandparents. After the longer background check was done, it was discovered Grandpa had been convicted of rape and murder in Texas. The governor says while the upcoming session is designed to deal with the budget, lawmakers need to get bills like this one passed.
Can you imagine if we wait an entire year just because we're concerned about doing the budget, instead of saying we can do these 2 things and many other things that are important, we're going to end up placing a child someplace that we shouldn't.
Many other states already have access to NCIC through this process. Chief Schilling says if the bill does pass, it would only be officers who would access NCIC, then share the information with CYFD.